Andrew McCart, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. I'm delighted to be joined by Patrick Paddy Barnes. How are you, Paddy? First and foremost, how's the family?
All good. My young daughter's in the room. Being a melter, but it's hard being quarantined with a young family who are very, very energetic.
Are you still energetic being retired? Have you still got that energy? You still fit?
No, not one bit. Terrible.
Well, have you done any fitness? Are you keeping fit at all? Or are you just living the life?
You know what? See, in work, there's on Wednesdays we do these circuits, and I do them, like, but other than that, there I've just no time to get really training. But once I find my feet and work properly, I'm gonna try and help out at my amateur club and train as much as I can and get their six-pack back.
Six-pack?
I had a four-pack, like.
Well, how are you enjoying retired life? Are you missing boxing at all?
To be honest, no, not really at the minute. But it wasn't the Golden Contract tournament. No, I was missing not being part of the event, but it was good that I was watching my friends fight. Now I can go and watch the Tyrones, Mick Conlon, Frampton, and Sean McComb, Tom McCarvey fight. They'll be the main people I'll go and watch. So it's good to being able to go to fights now and relax rather than going to fights and worrying about getting beat up.
that was part of the fun of you fighting, wasn't it? Because you always you went in and you had a tear up. Even when your last fight against Jay Harris, there, it was for the rounds. It was a fun fight to watch. I mean, you were both going back and forth. I mean, just talk back on that fight. I just want to go back to it was a fun fight to watch as long as it lasted. But did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy, even though you lost, the fact that you were giving the fans what they paid to see, a good old scrap?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm an aggressive fighter. I'm not a slick boxer, so I find it hard of slip and sliding a lot there. But I wanted to give a fight to the fans that they'll remember and they'll come back and watch. No one wants to come watch people who are winning so easy. Pro boxing is the entertainment business, so you need to be entertaining. People talk about your fights for them able to come back to the next fight and so forth. So that's what it's all about. Look at my fight in America where I lost as well.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 5-round 10-fight too. So I wasn't really ever in a dull fight.
Just a shame you lost them, though. That's the only thing. I mean, if
I know. That's all a good crack.
Exactly, you take it on your stride. You take the mick out yourself on social media and stuff like that. So that's half the battle. You don't let any of the trolls get to you. You take the piss out yourself, which is, I don't know, fun to see, I suppose.
Because if you slay yourself, then it's not funny someone else slaying you. I mean, so I just slay myself because I never really take myself too serious unless I have to. But it's sport at the end of the day. People win, people lose, and it's all part of the journey, and it's just the way life goes sometimes.
Well, exactly. Well, your amateur career speaks for itself. People might say you're a better amateur than a pro, but what you've done in the amateur game made you a legend of Irish boxing. I mean, the Olympic medals, the Commonwealth medals. I mean, just talk to me about your amateur career.
People always be why didn't you turn pro quick sooner? You could be a world champion. I said, well, to be honest, professional boxing was never a dream of mine. I never had dreams to go pro. Mine is always to be an Olympic champion, and after Beijing was 21, after London, where probably the best time to go pro was 25. But no promoters talked to me once, not once, was I approached.
Why do you think that was? Why? Why do you think? I mean, the medals and the Commonwealth medals, Commonwealth Games medals. I mean, why didn't promoters, do you think, didn't approach you?
Probably because it was Irish. Basically, because it was Irish. There's no plans probably to bring the TV cameras to Ireland. For whatever reason, I don't know. Obviously, Ali Hearn and Frank Warren, who are probably the biggest in the UK. they're not really boxing people; they're businessmen. So they've probably seen that side of it and say, "But nah, it's not worth for a while." And being a flyweight too, probably would tend to agree with him too because it's usually like from flyweight up maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Where the main focus is on.
Well, you are retired now. I mean, your amateur career, like you said, you've done everything in the amateur game. Didn't quite produce the goods in the pro game, but I enjoyed interviewing you. I enjoyed that. But you've retired now, and you got a job inside Irish boxing and Irish amateur scene. Did I not read that somewhere that you were sort of like helping out in the Irish amateur scene?
Yeah. So my job title is I'm the club development officer for Ulster Boxing. So I'm giving like clubs advice and guidance and like fund opportunities and like how to properly run the club and find like funding forms and like just there's a few projects going on in Ulster Boxing too, which I'm being heavily involved in. This year actually, the European schoolboys were meant to come to Belfast, but because of this coronavirus crap, it's all been put back. And last of our stuff, like we had boxing in the jails, so we're bringing like
in the jails.
Yeah, in the jail. So the inmates were like training with us, taking up boxing as part of their curriculum in jail.
So are you going in the jails? Are you going in the jails to meet the inmates or?
Yeah. So the one was like a pilot program, in Highbank Prison, and it was male and females. And the feedback we got from it was unbelievable. They actually really, really loved it. So we're going to try and get it through to all the major jails in Northern Ireland.
Wow, that's pretty cool. You're not scared going in these jails, these prisons, to meet these inmates, in case one of them don't like you and take you to a street fight?
No, they're okay. If you're getting here, they need to sign up to do something against anyway. So,
all right.
Like, I don't think that is in with any serious criminals. So we'll be okay that way.
Oh, that's good then. So you mentioned there that your new job title and that, but have you managed to really grab it with both hands before this coronavirus hit, or is it just sort of like stalled everything for the moment?
Well, to be honest, even now, I am working from home, so a lot of phone calls, emails, and that there is going on, but we are still working away. But I remember I got the interview for this job just before the Jay Harris fight, and I got the fight. So I got the job. And I remember saying in an interview that for me this won't be a job because, or it wouldn't seem to me as a job because it's something that I'm passionate about. I've been around amateur boxing all my life, and me trying to better Ulster boxing. It's something I'm passionate about, so I'll really enjoy doing it, and I'll go to the ends like to ensure that I do a great job. So I think they picked the right candidate.
Definitely, I'll agree with you there, Paddy. I'll agree with you. Belfast boxing, Irish boxing, but particularly Belfast boxing, we've seen guys like Carl Frampton, Mick Conlon, Jamie Conlon, yourself, young guys coming through, and Sean McComb, and the Tyrones, and Tyrone McCullers from Derry. But I mean, you're involved in amateur boxing at the moment. Is there any young amateur stars from Belfast, not Ireland, but from the city of Belfast that we should be looking out for?
Amateurs, yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, amateur, yeah. Because obviously Carl Frampton, Mick Conlon, Jamie Conlon, we've seen them in the amateurs scene, and then we've seen them coming at the pro scene. So that's the sort of current crop, this generation. The next generation, who should we be looking out for?
Well, there's a lot. There's if you look at the Ulster Senior Championships, you'll see the likes like JP Hale, obviously Ian Mulcher as well, who's on the Irish team. And you got actually the whole Ulster team was very, very good because they're all training with John Conlon, so they're getting proper coaching. Even though most of them are only Ulster champions, not Irish champions, so they won't be in the Irish high performance, but they're getting that proper high level coaching from John Conlon, which is going to help them because they're like the champions this year were all very, very young, so for the next few years, with him being on the Ulster team, they'll gradually get better and better and better.
Again, I've seen that you've started to sort of delve into my world, the interviewer sort of world, where you're podcast that you've got going on now. I mean, how many guests you had on? You've had Cole Frampton, the first one, and then you had
Joe Gormley, who's a footballer, footballer. But it was a way to go.
How is that? What made you come up with the podcast, and how you enjoy it? I mean, you've only had 2 guests, but what made you come up with that idea to start a podcast? And obviously, how are you enjoying it? You only had 2 guests, but how are you enjoying it?
It's crazy because I never ever listen to podcasts, never. But Mari always does, and I decided, you know what? This was ages and ages ago that I make you a podcast. So myself and Mari, we sat down and wrote out like a list of like questions, not like the format of it. But then I let the phrases because I just on the time, whatever. So I had planned on like bringing like my phone and we stand just interviewing basically there, just throwing it up.
And my job, basically. You want a job at IFL, is that what you're saying?
Basically your job. The other night, last week, sorry, I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a go because we're not doing nice, so it gave me something proper to do. And speaking to Carl hasn't be my first guest. Let's get kick started. So we'll do him first, and in the meantime, I accumulated a lot more guests. So I done Joe Gormley, so a local footballer of the team of support. But next week is bigger guests.
Who?
Big guests.
Who?
It's next week I have Darren Till.
Oh, wow.
And the following week I have the best golfer in the world.
Colin Montgomery. It's the only Scottish golfer I know.
Yeah.
It's a Scottish golfer years and years ago. Colin, I take it that would be...
I know he is.
Right. So not Colin, then, no. I think it would be...
someone who's a bit better than him.
Rory McIlroy.
Not him.
Not him.
Shane Lowry.
Shane Lowry?
Yeah.
Nice. That's quite good. So you're not just sticking with the boxing side of things. You're doing football.
It's all different sports.
I've seen your golf, Paddy. I've seen you play golf, and you are horrendous at golf. So do you know anything about golf?
I do. You know what I do? I watched Happy Gilmore about 10 times. So I'm well versed in it.
That's all you need to do. Listen, that's it. Just watch Happy Gilmore, and that's you squared with golf. You hit a little white ball. Do you know what golf stands for, actually? You know, golf was invented in Scotland, but do you know what it stands for? Golf.
Means like guys only, like football.
Almost. Gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. So ladies weren't allowed to play it.
Someone told me that before.
Somebody's told you that before?
Someone told me before. I can't remember what it was. Because you know, Jeep.
Aye.
Do you know what that stands for?
What's that?
Just enough essential parts.
Yeah.
Huh? Google it.
There you go then. Yeah, so you'll be learning something every day's a school day. You'll be learning that because you're teaching your girls. You must be doing some schoolwork with your girls. Oh, you're in
homeschooling is absolutely brilliant.
I think Mary does all the work. Mary does all the work. You're just the PE teacher.
Of course, you know, for like, I like to spice it up. So we'll watch like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's the questions, and history lesson. They think Hercules defeated the Spanish Armada. So hey, unbelievable. You can teach them what.
Listen, you can teach them what you want. Listen, that's it. History's go by those. Like my son thinks that Scotland runs the world. We're the top country in the world. We won the last World Cup.
Tell your son I was world champion.
I have already. You're a world champion. Scotland won Scotland won the World Cup last time out. You know what I mean? That's how you tell them. Tell them life. I've watched as well.
Do not tell him that Rangers won the league because he'll definitely call your bluff.
Oh no, he knows that. I don't think he's been alive when Rangers won the league. So it doesn't worry about that. I just want to go back to box. I mean, we spoke about Belfast boxing there and yourself, the Conlons and Carl Frampton, but between Carl and Mick Conlon right now, they're both close to that world title shot. Who do you believe is going to become Belfast's next world champion? I mean, Carl's probably got Jamel Herring, but Mick Conlon's banging on that door as well, isn't he?
See, it's a good question because the only way to determine the outcome of that is whoever fights first. You know what I mean? So I believe Mick Conlon could possibly fight for world title next, and Carl Frampton is. So it's only a matter of time. It's only like a matter of who fights first, basically. Because either or, they're both, in my opinion, going to win.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like, when you talk about Carl Frampton, Jamel Herring, like, how do you see that fight going? I mean, it was talk about being Windsor Park, but with everything that's going on, it doesn't look like it might be Windsor. But how do you see that fight with Jamel and Carl?
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough fight. People go on about Jamel's height, which is a bit obvious. No, he's very, very tall, and he's southpaw, but he doesn't throw a lot. He doesn't like fighting bursts. For me, he's a bit lax, and obviously Frampton will still need to be in top form to beat someone like Herring. But I believe Frampton has the skills to take a fight off him. And I understand because he's one of my best friends, but I genuinely do think Frampton, because he's small, because Frampton's like probably the smallest that Herring's ever fought, if I can remember, and Herring won't be used to fighting someone that small. Equally, Frampton might be first and fighting someone that tall either, but I just think it suits Frampton. I think in my head when they're fighting, Herring will fall in too much and Frampton will outbox it. Bit like I don't even know. Like, just think Frampton's outboxing. Just
Leo Santa Cruz was told in Carl. Carl's like judge of distance. I mean, even though he is small, he's quite compact. Carl is judge of distance.
Yeah.
If you actually watch Carl fight, like, he doesn't lean in with his punches and try and overreach. He's judge of distance. Yeah. He knows when he's inside. He knows when he's out of reach. So that's a lot of things that people don't really know about Carl, or even notice, that his judge of distance is second to none.
Because if you look at Frampton, you think he's a small, compact fighter, muscle-bound fighter. You think like, he's just a warrior, but he's not. He's very, very smart, and his boxing IQ is very, very good. So I believe that his boxing skills will really come into play here against the fight with Herring.
What about Mick? I mean, which one of the world champions would you like to see Mick against? I mean, Shakur Stevenson, that fight in the Olympics was meant to be, but didn't come off. But I mean, I like the Kanju fight because the amount of punches that we've thrown in that fight, we'd be like 1,000 punches around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's Josh Warrington as well.
Josh Warrington, Shakur Stevenson is always struggling to make a weight, so there needs to be seen whether he'll stay that weight. And but your man, possibly him. But let's be honest, every guy we mentioned there, you have Guy Russell Jr. too. Those very, very top quality fighters, like very, very top quality. But I think where Conlon's concerned, he has all the skills in the world, but if you put him in against someone like a real life threat, I think he'll rise to the occasion and he can just turn on the style and you'll see the best of him when he fights someone of that caliber.
I mean, Mick's be doing some. I don't know if you've noticed, to watch his Instagram. He's been baking cheesecakes and banana bread and stuff like that. Has he brought any cheesecakes or banana bread round to you yet? Or
he brought a banana bread round for my birthday.
How was it?
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, it was absolutely great. And I'm not really a big fan of banana bread, but it was great.
Really?
I swear it was.
So he promised me a white chocolate cheesecake when I come to Belfast next time. So I'm going to hold him to that. So give it a taste.
You'll definitely make it. And if Jimmy Collins offers you anything, there's no point because he doesn't make it. It's his fiancée Tracy makes it.
Oh really?
Yeah, not him.
You're not going to start this baking nonsense or anything like that, no? Because Mary does everything in that house. I know she does. She's got 3 kids.
I can't cook one bit, so there's no point me baking.
But I know you were a flyweight and stuff like that when you were fighting. But I want to just talk about the heavyweight division right now because everyone's talking about the heavyweight division. It seems like it's alive again. Did you watch Wilder Fury 2? And what was your thought?
Not a few times. I thought he was unbelievable. No, he just brought it to Wilder straight away, and I think Wilder was shocked, or even expecting the tactics of Fury, and he was bewildered. And I think I caught him off guard very early on, and that set the tone for the fight.
Are you interested in, obviously, the rematch? Wilder's got that clause in his contract, so it's like there will be a trilogy, but are you interested in the trilogy?
Nah, I just want, like, out of, I don't know what the word for it is, but maybe the third fight will have to happen because, you know, Wilder with the champ, he gave Fury the shot. No, it'd be nice to give him a shot back, but as a boxing fan now, not a boxer, I don't really care about that there. All I want to do is see Fury and Joshua fight. I think his name are.
You've got probably the biggest name in boxing right now.
No, like, I'm sure like everyone's on the same page as me. I want to see Fury Joshua. Possibly Fury Wilder's will happen again, but you know, at the end of the day, we want to see the best fight the best at the top of the sport. You know what I mean? So just let Fury fight Joshua and then when I can fight Wilder again.
Talk to me about Joshua Fury then. Who wins? In your opinion, who wins that fight?
I really like both fighters. And but I just think no one can beat Fury. I think because of his size and his speed and agility at that weight, he just bamboozles his opponents. He can't get near him. You know, he frustrates them. He intimidates them. His skill and his speed is frightening. So Fury can't be beat.
I take it he's number one, and he's number one heavyweight in the world at the moment. Do you think then?
100%. Without a doubt.
Yeah. What about obviously with this coronavirus and stuff like that's happening in the world? What fights do you want to see? I mean, everyone's had time to think now and be like, oh, I want to see this fight and this fight. Your opinion, which fight stands out to you the most in the fight that you definitely want to see this year?
I want to see Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko. I want to see Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. And I want to see Fury versus Joshua.
I like it.
Right?
Yeah, I like it. Well, Paddy, I probably had.
I'll even throw another fight in the mix there. I want Shakur Stevenson against Davison.
Against who?
Gervonta Davis.
Oh, Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
What about Teofimo Lopez against Lomachenko? You excited about that?
Not really. I don't think it'd be a good fight, you know, because of Teofimo's style. I think Teofimo's class, but this is style. I don't know. I don't think it gels enough with Lomachenko.
What about you then? I mean, you've not got any itchy knuckles of that. Would you go into coaching? Would you ever go into coaching or anything like that, or could you? Nah. Can you hold the pad? Can you do pad work?
You know what? Before this coronavirus crap kicked off, I was starting like every Saturday to help with the other team, like to go up there and help out. And down the line, I will start helping. Because like I've built up a wealth of knowledge from boxing like throughout my career, and I'd be wasting that's still wasted. So I think going to the club and like helping my own club out on that, or different boxers who want advice, I will definitely be there for them. You know, I would love to train a boxer from like 11 years old, right up to win an Irish title. You know, training properly and doing an Irish title. I think that'd be class.
Just stay in the amateur scene. You wouldn't like turn them over to the pro scene and take them through the pro career. And
well, first and foremost, I would definitely be Olympic Games first, and then, you know, because like Olympic Games and Commonwealth Games, you know, I think they should go to main tournaments first before they go professional, because like Commonwealth and Olympics are and like domestic TV, so you're very built a kind of name for yourself. If you do well these tournaments, people who know who you are. That's where I got head start my pro career. You know, I was already on TV. People knew me already before I turned professional. Which you know yourself, professional being a business that it is.
Yeah.
It's all about who you are, people knowing you, so people all buy into you. So I got a head start where that was concerned.
Well, I've been in Marbella with you, Paddy, and you were like a little legend over there. All the Irish people that were in Marbella. I mean, they were all coming up for taking pictures and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I would say you're a superstar.
See, like Irish people, it's crazy because like being from here, especially in the south of Ireland, like RT is like the holy grail of TV film. So when I'm at the games, you know, everyone's tuned into every Irish athlete, and I'm lucky to have competed 3 Olympic games. So, you know, I'd be well known in Ireland because of that there. So that's helped me a lot fighting at the Olympics for my profile in Ireland.
Definitely. I mean, well, Paddy, I've had you for quite a wee while here. I mean, I've spoke to you. I'm glad that you and the girls and Mary is looking healthy, and I seen that you were drinking Guinness from a can the other day there, so you're definitely enjoying your retirement, which is good to see.
Here, unbelievable. I can't wait to the bar so I can get a proper pint like, but the can is going to do for now.
That's the thing. I'm just missing coming to Belfast and having a good pint of Guinness. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
As soon as you're back in Belfast, we'll go to Kelly Sailors and we'll get a proper pint of Guinness.
Well, I'm going to hold you to that. So I'm going to get a white chocolate cheesecake off Mick. We're going to eat that. Then you're going to take me for a proper pint of Guinness. You promise?
Yes, but can I say something? I promise you 100%. I said to you, we'll go to the bar, get a pint of Guinness. But I didn't say I was paying.
See, I knew that because this is what everyone says about you, Paddy. Everyone, it's crazy. I'll buy.
No. I'll buy. You stick it on the AFL credit card.
That's it. I'll just put it on the company expenses.
Exactly.
It was a business meeting with me and Paddy. That's what it was.
But here, listen. All this conversation said, make sure everyone tunes into the podcast, and this thing is going to grow bigger than AFL. Don't worry about that, there.
It's not, but I'll let you plug it. I'll let you plug it. Right, just where can they find the Paddycast on YouTube and Instagram?
It's on YouTube. But if they follow my Twitter, my Instagram, there's links there, and they say have massive names on it. People who've just mentioned, and there's many more who have agreed to it, from comedy to different people, different sporting backgrounds.
Well, I know you've got Dan Tell and you've got golfers and you've had Carl Frampton and Gormley and stuff like that, but I can't wait till I get a wee invite. Wait to see the numbers grow.
I actually have someone on the show soon who in the same kind of role as yourself.
Should that be that? Well, I'll hold you to. I'm not as big as Coogan, like, but you know,
No, not Coogan. Not Coogan. Even bigger than him.
Me.
Ellie Setback.
Ellie Setback. Well, to be fair, he's the original Ellie Setback. He's the original. To be fair to him.
But he's agreed to come on.
What are you going to talk about, like, with Ellie? I mean,
how he started off, and then like, who's the most controversial boxer he's interviewed, and like different stuff like that there.
I remember Ellie was doing an interview with Josh, and it was 2012 at the Olympics. He basically said that Josh was from England. I was like, oh, Ellie, man. Do you know what I mean? So,
he interviewed me too in London as well at the Olympics. I didn't know who he was, but nice fella.
He's a nice man. I've met him a good few times out in America when I was in Vegas and Dallas and all that. He gave me a hat as well, which is nice. Is that your wee one jumping about your head?
Yeah.
There we go. Look, Pat, I won't keep you much longer. Like, it looks like you're gonna be busy when I hang up. So, thanks for doing this for IFL TV as always. As always, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to the Paddycast. If you want to give it one more plug.
Yes, people tune into the Paddycast. Obviously, I haven't got a budget for it, so there is no subtitles. So try your best to understand me.
Actually, that's the thing. I don't. I understand you. But lucky, I've met you a good few times, so I can just understand you. So, but Pat,
you'll be disappointed.
Is that? I'll put subtitles on this for people, so don't worry.
I can make it more trying to say to the screen. doing the wee hand signals for sign language.
Can Paddy do that? Well, there you go. See, we're all one family here. Paddy, like I said, go and enjoy some time with your lovely family. Thanks for this Fightful TV, and I'll look forward to the Paddy cast. Well done on doing that, mate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, Paddy.
You man.